1963 ACC co-championship team led by the so-called Mafia backfield of Jim Rossi, Joe Scarpati, Pete Falzarano, and Tony Kozarski started a string of 7 straight years in which the Wolfpack finished either first or second in the ACC standings. The 1963 Wolfpack played in state's second bowl game, losing the Liberty Bowl in frigid Philadelphia to Mississippi State 16-12. All ACC linemen Bennett Williams, Ray Barlow, and Glenn Sasser helped the Pack take the 1964 title outright. That was followed up with a share of the ACC crown in 1965, closing out Riddick Stadium with Harold Dieter's field goal and a 3-0 victory over Florida State. That same year, ground was broken for a new stadium and a new era in Wolfpack football began. This enabled NC State to drop the tag, "Have team, will travel." In 17 years, Edwards never played a season with more home games than road games. Averaging 14,000 fans the last 3 years in Riddick Stadium, the Wolfpack averaged 28,000 in 1966, the first year in Carter Stadium. A 16-6 win over second-ranked Houston in the Astrodome thrust the Wolfpack and the 1967 team into the National Football rankings. The White Shoe defense enhanced its reputation by causing 2 fumbles, a blocked kick, and had a late interception return by All-American Fred Combs. This set up Bobby Hall's second touchdown and clinched the victory over the Cougars. The celebration not only extended to the field, but over 7,000 fans met the 4-0 team on its return home. Entering the Duke game 6-0 and 5th in the polls, the passing of Jim Donnan and the stylish defensive unit stopped the Blue Devils and then Virginia to move to 3rd in the nation, highest ranking ever for a Wolfpack team. The undefeated streak was stopped at 8 at Penn State, but the Pack's first bowl victory, 14-7 over Georgia in the Liberty Bowl, proved the Pack belonged among the nation's elite.
1967 was a wonderful season for us at North Carolina State. The defensive team gained some additional national recognition by wearing white shoes throughout the season. 3 of our in-state players gained All-America honors: Dennis Berg, Fred Coombs, and Gerald Warren from Elizabeth.
Edwards and the Pack's 5th ACC title came in 1968. All-American tackle Ron Carpenter headed the 8 state players gaining conference honors that year. When Edwards retired in June 1971, Al Michaels, Kerry Brubaker, and Bill Smaltz, all original members of the staff, had been together at State for 17 years. Michaels was named interim head coach for 1971, and late wins at Miami and at Clemson matured some young talent that was to make a big splash when Lou Holtz became coach in 1972. Lou Holtz football brought excitement, winning, and fans into Carter Finley Stadium. His teams also took fans to 4 consecutive bowl games. There were some very talented running backs and an experienced quarterback in Bruce Shaw to operate Holtz's veer option offense. Running backs Willie Burden, Stan Fritz, Charlie Young, and Roland Hooks, all of whom later played pro ball successfully, were joined by a prized recruiting class in 1972 that included twins Dave and Don Bucky. With Fritz scoring a school record 106 points, that electrifying group set the NCSU total offense record of 4,758 yards in an 8-3-1 season, capped off by a victory over West Virginia in the first of 5 Peach Bowl appearances by the Wolfpack. For the only time in ACC history, one team's entire backfield was named first team All-ACC when Fritz, Burden, Shaw, and wingback Pat Kinney were so honored. The Pack put together a string of 14 straight ACC victories from 1972 to 1974, including an undefeated ACC championship in 1973. Guard Bill Yost earned consensus All-American during that run. Back-to-back 9-win seasons in 1973 and 1974 occurred for the only time in state's history. Ted Brown made the coaching transition in 1976 from Lou Holtz to Bo Ryan an easy one with his spectacular play. Brown's the only player to make the All-ACC team 4 years. Brown, whose number 23 jersey is retired by State, holds the ACC records for yards rushing, points scored, and touchdowns. The quarterbacking and punting of Johnny Evans and the Outland Trophy play of center Jim Richer brought national attention to Ryan's Wolfpack. There were 1977 Peach Bowl and 1978 Tangerine Bowl wins over Iowa State and Pittsburgh, respectively, and an ACC title in 1979, the Pac-7. After the 1979 season, Ryan left to coach at LSU, but never coached a Tiger game as he perished in a plane crash before his first season. Likeable Monty Kiffin and the general Tom Reed followed Ryan with 3-year coaching stints each. While team records were not fancy from 1980 through 1985, the individual play of receiver Mike Quick, running back Joe McIntosh, linebackers Robert Abraham and Vaughn Johnson, and kicker Mike Kofer were outstanding. Quick ranked second in State's all-time receiving yardage. McIntosh, ACC Rookie of the Year in 1981, was a 2-time All-ACC runner and trails only Brown in Wolfpack rushing. Kofer made 74% of his field goals and led the Wolfpack in scoring 4 years. He's won 2 Super Bowl championship rings while kicking for the San Francisco 49ers. When Athletics Director Willis Casey went looking for a new coach for the 1986 season, it was a short list. Dick Sheridan of Furman. The results were immediate. The Pack went from 3-8 to 8-3-1 and to the Peach Bowl in State's first bowl game in 8 years. For that turnaround, Sheridan gained ACC and National Coach of the Year awards in 1986. With ACC Player of the Year Eric Kramer throwing, Nasrallah Worthing catching, Kofer kicking, and ACC Rookie of the Year Ray Agnew tackling, the Pack lost but once in its first 8 games of 1986. Included was a lead-changing 35-34 win at North Carolina. Sheridan's Wolfpack also surprised Clemson 27-3 in the first of 3 straight wins over the Tigers. State has played exciting, winning football under Sheridan, going to 4 bowls, including each of the past 3 years. Impressive victories came over Iowa in the 1988 Peach Bowl and against Southern Mississippi in the 1990 All-American Bowl. Utilizing the passing skills of Kramer and Shane Montgomery to a bevy of quick receivers like Worthen, Danny Peebles, and Haywood Jeffries. The Wolfpack has made some big plays and put points on the scoreboard. The most improbable points came from Kramer's last play Hail Mary pass to Peebles in the 1986 South Carolina game, as the Pack snatched a 23-22 win. The Pack has been stellar on defense, with 3-time All-ACC defensive back Jesse Campbell heading secondary units, and Agnew and Mike Jones leading the line play that have made some crowd-pleasing, aggressive plays. As for the kicking game, watch this by Damon Hart.
Last play of the ball game, and everything up for grabs. Here's the snap. The ball is down. The kick is up. And it's good! Wolfpack wins! Oh my, a 56-yard field goal by David Hartman!
Well, there have been lots of big plays and games during the past 99 years. As North Carolina State ends its first century of football in 1991, its fortunes continue to rise on and off the field under the nationally respected Sheridan. Who'll be the stars in Century 2? The sky's the limit.